Hey guys, so this is going to be my first attempt. So basically, when you're a hero level 8, your smash damage takes care of all the levels up to 59. Um, so I was planning on actually putting out a video earlier than this, but I mean, it just took this long to get that far. So I just got the reset 6 torches. So I was going to just play those just to get something out there. Also, I will say, I told you I wasn't going to buy any offers. I did buy just the 200. I bought 3 of these. I always do, I always forget. But just the 10, the 50, and the 200. So it's like 260 gems or whatever. But it gives you 6 extra torches and a few, like 150, hero points, which don't really matter. But so basically, I think about this. So I'm doing 10 million smash damage. So this level I should absolutely have no problem with. I'm gonna probably try to not even use scrolls because I think I'm still strong enough not to have to. And then I kind of just look at the next levels, right? So 60 also should be done on one for sure. And depending on how strong my guy is, so I have to do over 100 or 10 mil, which is probably not going to happen. So this is probably like a tour. So I kind of just like look at this ahead of time and think about where am I going to be? Am I even going to, is it a possibility for me to make it in one? Or how many torches I'm going to have to spend. So basically, when I look at this, so I think one definitely here, one definitely there, probably two on 61, and probably hopefully two on 62. So that would give like take away 6, right? That'd be all my whole 6. So that's my plan. I should be able to make it, and I'll go over a little bit of some thought processes when I get there. Keep in mind I have now 3 hours to reset, but I'm for sure gonna beat this level, and I only have an hour left. So if you look at my scrolls, this is the accumulation that I've gotten. I got everything, but somehow I missed one of the wins. I haven't used any wins. Obviously, I've just been using smash damage at this point, so um, I missed one wind. So hopefully it doesn't matter, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna play a level. As you can see, this is what I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna make sure that I have the right pieces, just because I have quite a few pieces. This one actually, I think I want to go. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this piece. And then of course, because my 4-star has siege, I'm taking it. And of course, you gotta play the 5 stars. I want to make sure this one's power. I have like a one that has also siege. And okay, so we're ready, and this is the deck I want to use. So, and those are the spells. So, a couple things on strategy. I always like look at the level. Okay, so this level's not very good, but this is why I use Trinity right here. Kind of a good example. Hopefully, I'll get the eggs on the side here. I'm gonna actually go this lane in hopes to, yeah, killed it. Cool. So Trinity is great because of a couple things. So if she can kill, see how she killed those eggs. So I'm gonna attempt to beat this without having to even use a having to use like any scrolls. Could be a mistake. It could be a bad mistake. We'll find out in just a second here. But I think I can make it. So it's not going too hot, but my portal's doing okay. Only have 13 seconds left. And he lunges. 9. Anyway, so I mean, you kind of just have to guess, right? I played that with out scrolls because I was pretty confident that I could do it. Luckily, it worked out, but it came down a lot closer than I would have liked. Luckily, my portal was doing just fine. But yeah, so that kind of tells me a lot, though. Had I not had Trinity out there first, I would have for sure used the fire. So okay, so this one is probably fine. Ideally, in this type of level, you want to have hope. Like ideally, you'd have the fearless leader out first, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm just going to try to kill those things so I don't have to deal with them. I am also going to try to beat this one without using scrolls, just because I think they're not tearing my portal down too bad. This Trinity is going to slow them down. Also, make sure you're always using the draw card, right? So one thing I wasn't doing early on in the and I was one of the guys in Evo actually watched my video and he's like, "Hey, why are you using that draw card?" I'm like, "Well, it's 5. I thought it would cost a lot." So in this though, like in the spider event, you actually get like a lot quicker build up. So it makes sense that you want to use it. So I don't use it, of course, in the arena. But for Spider, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. It's also why I used a lot of low units here, right? Because basically the idea is, Magic Construct will get a lot bigger, and you can use the draw card to get to get more guys out, which will make him more powerful, right? So it's kind of just a boosting system. So, and to keep in mind, like minion ability, I have on a lot of stuff. Obviously, I rely heavily on Bloodstalker. Okay, so this one, I'm probably going to. Yeah, I'm going to use it. We're going to see what happens. So, the bloods or the not the blood cycle, the fierce leader does stack apparently. So I'm actually going to switch lanes here, and I'm probably going to actually use a wind and a fire and a thing. And the reason why is I want to see if I can take this down in one. Because if I can, I'll save some stuff. If I can't, then I won't do it on the next one. But I should be in a really good spot, right? I should be in a really golden spot to just easily clear the other. So 16, okay. Yeah. I'm going for it. Blowing a wind. I got Bloodstalker. Making the decision to go ham. Hopefully I'll get it. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be close, yeah. Alright, so anyway. So, I don't know how to... it's kind of like I've been playing this a long time, so I just have like a game sense. So that one, I felt like if I just blew another wind, I would get there. So I did spend a freeze, a wind, and a fire, and then an additional wind. So it was kind of expensive, but I also got through the level, right? Probably because of the 5-star. It was close, but you're just trying to be as efficient as efficient as possible. Because here's what would have happened had I not done that. I would have had to play another torch, and I also would have had to play another fire for sure, right? So it adds up, right? So for one wind, I saved another torch and a fire. So I thought that was good. Now this one's a little higher, so I'm going to play this one, and I'll probably stop after this one just because if you look here, it gets higher. And I'm going to go to bed pretty soon just because it's like 11 o'clock here, and like I told you in the other video, I'll set my timer for 4 hours and 58 minutes before the next reset, just so I can collect them right before and whatnot. So anyway, just wanted to. This one I'm going to definitely use a fire likely at the beginning. But I'm probably only going to use one of the scrolls. So this actually, I'm going to go this lane. Because this lane, after you blow the... Oh, of course. This lane, wish I would have laid that first, is got no webs. So, let's see what happens. There's a lot of pickups already, which sucks. Hoping he doesn't do much other. It's going to be a fun one. So yeah, there's just, some are worse than others. So, I'm switching lanes to Cobweb lane. Probably should have not done that, but... We'll see what happens here. As long as I clear in 2, I'm going to be happy. So, keep in mind, my smash damage is 10 mil. So, I really need to be doing more than I'm doing right now. And do you notice how... So, observe what happens in the levels for sure. Because, do you notice how the middle lane, those spiders didn't show in the middle lane. They only showed on the one side. So, something that I'm looking out for. So anyway, so here's kind of how you want to think about this stuff, right? Because I might end up using a few scrolls in this one. Okay, so I only did 3.8 million because my smash damage is there, right? So for me to take down this level in one, I probably would have to use, probably 2 wins and 2 freezes. Now, is it worth it? So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna be okay if this one takes me 3 because I have it. Um, so I don't think I'm going to, but we'll see what happens. I think I'm just gonna have this take two levels. So I know, yeah. So I learned from the first one, right? So I'm gonna freeze right off the bat because I think he's gonna pick up because he did before. I'm also going to actually, no, I'm gonna go for it. This is what happens. I make up, my mind that I'm not gonna do something, and then, you know, pretty indecisive sometimes. But I knew he was gonna freeze again. Oh, they picked up Bloodstalker, so this is not gonna fare well. I just wasted. If they not picked up Bloodstalker, this would have been a different story. I probably would have made it. Probably would have made it. So I would say I probably made the wrong decision. I probably should have just gone with my initial. But the important thing is that I do, enough damage here to go. So I probably could have blow wind. Yeah. Maybe it's too late, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't think I hit it the wind. I tried to. I would have gotten it. So I did one of each. So it wasn't terrible. One of each. I did way better damage that time. Like, way better. Where was that damage on the first round? So anyway, I'm just going to play this last one here. I have, like, nothing left. So here's the problem. So there's kind of a thought. So when you're in this situation where you are, like, one away, right? I'm going to try to do this without having to use a fire. Now, that's why I switched my spells. This could, but you just got to be careful because those eggs hatching is no joke, right? So what I'm hoping happens here is, well, let me pick up everything that I have. Not hoping that happens, but what I'm hoping happens here is, so I'm gonna spike this lane, and then I'm gonna freeze here. And then I'm just, like, my plan is to just not use scroll anything, right? I'm going to swap over here. Hopefully that does enough damage. My portal's fine, yeah. So, yeah. So why I switched out spells, just real quick, was because I knew the red spiders do a lot of damage. I just didn't want to, have that worry. The spikes don't do a whole lot, so I was very close. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough safety to let that happen, right? So I just try to be as efficient as possible. So just so you know, when you get this stuff, and even when you get your 4-star, so you'll get to 66 and you'll be all hyped because you got a 4-star. Like 95% of them are garbage. The only ones you're going to use is if it has siege and power. The dream, of course, is siege, power, and ability, but super hard to get. There's only a few people that get it, and I really hope some of you guys get it. But I'm just letting you know, don't get too hyped about this landmark here because it's usually pretty terrible. You'll only, like, if it doesn't have both siege and power, you will not use it. I've sold, like, I've got an ability and siege on like 3 of them so far. Sell them, right? I mean, you need power, you need siege. Gotta have them both. Ability is kind of the one that you hope that you get, but you'll still use the piece as long as it has those 2 main stats. So anyway, this is my first run. Kind of showed you some of the how I think about things, but notice that I didn't use a whole lot of scrolls, so I have plenty of those left. And then of course, I absolutely would have not gone at if let's just say I had 1 torch left, right? I absolutely would not go after this level here because I mean, I technically could because there's 2 hours here, but I'm not going to be awake at that time. But I don't know. I try to play it safe, and then also because I'm only doing 1 of each torch, and then 1 extra or 2 extra of each scroll. You have a safety net, right? So if it gets dicey, you could spend another 100 gems, which you don't want to, but you could to get to that next. It's like a safety net. So it's not like you're doing 2 of these because the one after this is like 250, and it just gets more expensive as it goes on. So Anyway, guys, hopefully this was helpful, and I'm hoping that many of you are following along and killing this, doing well on the solo spider. So have a good one.